Hello YouTube, this is Hasnen from Trending Codes and I'm back with a new video. In this video what we're going to do is we're going to create a progress bar. Basically we're going to create the stories which you can send on WhatsApp, Messenger, what else, on Instagram. So basically we can see that we are able to get the display the image for 10 seconds and the progress bar will be loaded for that. So here the demo for you guys like this. Then if I click on the load, the progress bar will be increased for the 10 seconds and the image will be displayed for the 10 seconds and it hide. So this is the basic things what we're going to create. In these things I have used jQuery and I'll just show you how to install the jQuery before you get started the coding. So just open up your Visual Studio Code and open up your terminal first. Once you open up your terminal, you should go with this command, that is sudo npm install jQuery --save. Once you are done with this, let me remove the code first because we're gonna create the code from the scratch. And let's remove this too. Let me remove the CSS and the HTML too. Okay, now I hope you have installed the jQuery by just typing the npm install jQuery --save. Now the first step you should do is that just import $ from jQuery. Okay, don't forget to type --save. If you're not going to type --save, then it might be creating a problem for you guys. So make sure you're typing --save. So the first step you should do is import $ from jQuery. Now instead of writing jQuery, we are going to use $. That's the simple thing, or that's the basic syntax to get started with the jQuery. And I hope you guys will be having a bit knowledge about jQuery, how it is created and how it is called, what are the functions, what are the syntax. Well, if you don't know, then it's too easy. Like if you'll spend half an hour on jQuery, it will be easy to understand and you will be kind of handy to code jQueries. Now first of all, what we're going to do is we're going to create a progress bar right in the HTML. And to create a progress bar, we are going to create the division. The first division will be outer division, and the inner division will be calling inner progress bar, and the outer division will be calling as outer progress bar. Now first of all, we are going to create a div tag, and we are going to give a class as progress outer. So I'm going to div class equals to progress outer, yeah, and inside this I'm going to create one more division, that is div class progress inner. Yeah, I'll close this. And now basically this is the two division which will be used to create the progress bar, but the progress bar is just created with the help of SCSS. Now to get started with the SCSS, you're going to give the styles to your outer progress bar, that is dot progress, I think this class. Okay, so if you will go and see to the IONIC lab or IONIC serve, you will be getting nothing for right now, but once you will code your SCSS file, you will be seeing your progress bar. So the progress outer should have the width of 100%. it should be 100%, and the height should be like 1 or 2 pixels. It's enough. I guess I will take 2 pixels, and we are going to create the progress bar. This was just for the outer part. Now how our progress bar will look like, it will be right over here. We're going to code how our progress bar will looks like. Inner, yeah. Now our progress bar minimum width should be 0%. Min width should be 0%, and it should not cross the 100%. Okay, so max width should be 100%. It should not cross the 100%. Okay, now let's say for example I'm going to give the height as a 2 pixel. Okay, and it should not wrap the white spaces, of course, so white space no wrap, and the all the overflows should be hidden, so overflow hidden. Okay, and we're going to decide the background color, so background color should be something grayish. Let's say for example sorry, I'll take 000 as a black color, and I'll change from here. We'll take grayish color right over here. Yeah, okay, and the starting width should be 0%. Okay, the width should be 0%, not 100%. It should be 0%. I'm sorry. Now if I'll give the 0%, you're not going to see the progress bar, but if I give the 10% or something 50%, you will able to see the progress bar, because we are going to run this progress bar dynamically, and to do that we are going to write I'm getting an error for one more bracket present inside the progress.ts file. Okay, so here is our progress bar, and it has covered the 50% width. Now as you can see, this is not dynamic, this is not animated. I have given the value hard-coded as width should be 50% right over here. If I increase the width, the progress bar width will be increased, and it will be covering the 60% or 70% as per the value given into the SCSS file. Now what we are going to do in our progress.ts file, we are going to change this width value with the help of jQuery dynamically by setting up the interval time which is provided by the jQuery. And let's get started. So first of all, we are going to declare variables to get started with the jQueries. I hope you have installed the jQuery. I'm again telling, don't forget to write --save, and if you forget that, you will be facing a problem for sure. Now we're going to create one function, we're going to create one function called load, and inside the load we are going to write our jQuery. And to write a jQuery, you should document dot ready. When our document got ready, first of all we are going to create one function, or we are going to call one function. Okay, and this function will be basically doing all the stuff to change the width of the progress bar and all of things. Now we are going to create one variable called var load progress. So I'm just going to write LP. I'm so lazy to give the name to the variables. Load progress. Now we are going to use the set interval function, and we are going to store that set interval into one variable. So I'll just say progress equals to set interval, and this will be calling the function and right. Okay, this will be calling the function basically, and actually progress. Okay, now what this will be holding is now we are going to set this interval on our progress bar. So we should target by typing dollar dot the both class, the inner class and the outer class, the outer progress outer as well as the inner. So don't forget to write this into the single quotes because they are the class dot inner. So here we are targeting the our div elements, okay, from the DOM, and what we're going to target, we should target the CSS elements. We're going to change the CSS element, so we should write css.css and the things what we want to modify. We're going to modify the property name. The name is width, and just remove all this stuff, and we are going to write the value of the width. Now the width value will be the LP value. So first of all, the LP value will be 0, load progress will be 0, so it will be incremented as the set interval is incremented. So LP plus, we should give this as a percentage to increase the width of the, okay, okay. Now, okay, we should give this width in a single quote because we are targeting this as an element. Okay, now what we're going to do is once we targeted our once we targeted our elements, what we're going to do is we are going to tell our element that if our element width is 100%, you should clear the interval what we have set. Okay, so let's give the if condition. If our LP, that is this one, if our LP is equal to 100, then we should clear the interval. Is equal to 100, then we're supposed to clear the interval. So we're going to call the function that is clear interval. Okay, and what interval that we have given or we have stored, that interval is the progress. So this interval should be cleared. So the progress interval will be cleared, and you should not supposed to write semicolon, you should supposed to write comma over here. Okay, now we got our if condition. If load progress is equal to 100, just clear the interval which we have set. Now if not, if it is not 100, let's say for an example it is 22%, now it should increase to 23 and then 24 and so on up to 100%. So else it should be LP should be increased for 1. So LP equals to LP plus 1. Now this will be incrementing the 1 with every time in that particular interval which we are going to set. Okay, and after setting the interval and after giving the else part, well, over here what you're going to give is I guess at the time, at how much seconds you want to, I'm sorry, how much seconds you want your progress bar to be complete your 100%. Okay, so basically you will be giving the interval in this, right, to this, where's the, right over here. Okay, it should be given over here, but don't know why it's giving me error. I'll be taking 70 and it gives me an error. I don't know why. Maybe I'm doing something wrong. Let me figure out. Okay, maybe here. I think, yeah, here. Okay, it should be in the yeah, it should be inside the curly braces, and this should be inside the set interval. Okay, and this should be right above over here. Correct now? Yeah, it's correct. I apologize for the mistake what I did, and this is the correct syntax, or this is the correct index for writing the jQuery. I'm sorry for that. So I'll just give a quick look. First of all, we are going to create, or we are going to run all this stuff when our documents get ready. So document.ready, we are going to create one function, and we're going to take one LP, that is load progress equals to 0, comma, and we're going to set the interval for 7 seconds, and it will be stored into the progress. Why we are storing into the progress is because at the time of clear interval, we should tell the clear interval that this particular interval should be cleared after the 7 seconds, or not 7 seconds, after the width of our progress bar reached to the 100%. So here is the logic that LP is equal to 100, then we should suppose to clear the progress bar interval. Okay, now we should suppose to call the load function. Okay, and just go ahead and create one button in HTML just beside the, or underneath the button, ion button, and it will be telling it that load, and it will be having a one click. Okay, and this click will be calling that load function. So basically this load will be get called from here. Okay, and they will be calling the jQuery, that is when the document is ready you should set the interval, and we're targeting we're targeting the CSS property of our progress bar outer and the progress bar inner element, that is right over here. That is progress bar outer and the progress bar inner. Make sure you're not going to do a mistake while assigning the class right over here. And we're changing the percentage width in the terms of percentage so that it will be incremented every time. When it will be incremented every time in the time interval of 7 seconds. Okay, the progress bar will not get affected because we have set the progress bar width to 50%. So we're supposed to remove that first, and then we'll take a look on. We're going to assign this as a 0 first of all, so there will be a no progress bar. When we'll click on the button, the progress bar will be incremented to the 100% within the 7-second of time interval. So each time it will be increased by 1, and it will be reaching to the 100 in the 7 seconds. Okay, so here is our output, and let's check our progress bar is working or not. According to our code, once we click on the load button, the progress bar should load and reach to the 100%. So here we go, and bam, it's working. So it's completing the 100% in the 7 seconds. Now if you want to change the time interval, you can change it by your own, just giving or just changing the value in the right over here. If you want, you can give 100 for 10 seconds, 80 for 8 seconds. It's up to you. Now what about the image? Okay, now what we're gonna do is we're gonna create one image tag and right underneath the progress bar. So I'll just give the image, and this image will be having source. Now it will be coming for assets slash, let me check out the image name, which image I'm gonna put right there is where is that, assets. Let's say for an example I should I'll go with messy.png. Okay, and if I'll save, I'll be getting the image right over there, but it should be displayed for the 7 seconds along with the progress bar, and it should be hide after the progress bar is completed or it is reached to 100%. Now to do that, we should create the division which is controlled by the if, that is Angular if. And to do that, what we're going to do is we're going to create one division that is controlled by the if. So let's say for an example div, and it will be having if and this if will be having one variable that is going to check if it's true or not. So let's say for example yes. Let's say for example if if is yes, then we are going to display the progress bar as well as the image. Okay, and you should make sure that you're going to take your image inside this division. So basically your progress bar and the image should comes under the yes or the if division. Okay, can you see we got the image, but still the progress bar, if we load the progress bar right over here, the progress bar is loaded, but the image is not shown at the time where the progress bar is loaded. Now we should go ahead and fix that. So to fix that, what we're going to do is we have created the div tag which is controlled by the if, and go inside your ts file and set your yes variable that you have declared or that you have used in the if. So that is public what was that, yes equals to false. So first time when the code is initialized or when the code is run for the first time, the division will be not shown. Okay, now it should be shown when the button is clicked and the progress bar is, so when the button is clicked right over here, so we will just set the yes to true. This dot yes equals to true. Now by doing this, the task is not completed yet. You should make sure the image is also displayed along with the progress bar, and the image should be displayed for the 7 seconds itself. So we're going to use the set timeout function of the JavaScript, and we're gonna play with that. So set time out, it should be time, not rhyme. Set time, yes, yeah, set time out. Set timeout, and the set timeout will be creating one function, and this function will basically set timeout. Sorry for that. Okay, now in this function what we're going to do is we have created our yes to true, but right when the time is out, when our time is out, you should set that yes again to false, so that when the time is out, your image and the progress bar will be hide. So to do this, this dot yes equals to false. Okay, and once you are done with that, we're gonna bind this with the particular time. So our time is 70 as a 7 seconds, but it takes as a milliseconds as a set timeout. So to do that, you type in the terms of milliseconds or microseconds, whatever. Okay, and right over here we're gonna bind this, and we should tell the bind, what you have to bind is this, the current object which is calling this function, and this should be bind, and it should be bind for 7 seconds. Okay, to type that you should go with the milliseconds. Okay, it should be 700, and make sure it should be 70. If you're going to make this 8070, then your synchronization between the progress bar and the image is not going to maintain properly. So make sure you change the values accordingly. If you're going to change, or if you're going to set the 8000 over here, you should type 80 over here, because the time should be managed and it should be synchronized between the progress bar and the image. Okay, now I'm just going to save, and I'm going to show you the output, and let's check it's working or not. Okay, so let's go ahead and check our output, it's working or not. And if I click on load, here we go, the image has been loaded and our progress bar is going on, and it's going to reach 100. And basically when it's reached to 100, the image and the progress bar both are going to be hidden. So I hope you like this video, and the way you created the progress bar and the creating the stories like WhatsApp, Insta and Messenger will be helpful to you. So if you really enjoyed the video and if you gained some knowledge, don't forget to subscribe and to hit the like button. I'll meet you in the next video. Bye bye, take care.